I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're talking about comebacks, miracles, and the unbreakable human spirit. We're talking about a gripping memoir called Walk of Life, From Death to Glory. It's written by a terrific author. His name is Rusty Nosser. In the book, he recounts a journey few could imagine, surviving 2 near-death experiences and rising again to achieve greatness in life and sports. It's a true story of resilience, faith, and the power of never giving up, even when the world says you should. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight Network TV app streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. And we are delighted to welcome Rusty and Brooke Logan to our show right now. Hi, guys. Good to see you today.
Hey, good
How
to
you
see
doing?
you.
Good to see you too.
I'm doing great. Glad to have you both on the show. Rusty, this is your book, so I'm going to start with you. Take us back to that first life-altering moment. What happened on that hunting trip?
Well, I got shot. I got shot at about 40 feet with a shotgun blast, and it knocked me off my feet, and it left me blind in my right eye.
Wow. Amazing.
And that's I hope nobody has to go through that, but I lived through it, and that's kind of the essence, I guess, of the whole thing. I never thought that would foretell to what happened in the future, but it ended up good, but it
Yeah,
started out bad.
absolutely. How old were you when you were shot on that hunting trip? And did you have a near-death experience? Did you see the light, the tunnel, that kind of stuff that we often hear about?
When I got shot, I was 23 years old. And if you want to say a life experience, it would not at that particular accident, but the second one when I was in the hospital and I had a bleeding ulcer. That was really more serious than the shotgun blast, if people can think about that. That was bad. That was really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an incredible story, 2 near-death experiences, and now a movie is in the works, which I think is wonderful. And the lovely lady next to you, Brooke Logan, is going to be an actress in that film. Tell us a little bit about your part in this movie, Brooke.
Well, I will be, there to motivate and just to tell him to keep going and just believe in himself and never give up on his dreams.
Absolutely. Will you be starring in the movie as well?
Yes, sir.
And what role will you play?
Well, mm, probably gonna be just like always gonna be right there, like a person that's right beside him, always there when he needs me or, just to be a motivator or something in that nature.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, that's great. And Rusty, tell us a little bit about your life after these near-death experiences. Instead of, giving in and giving up, you actually thrived. Tell us about your life after your 2 near-death experiences.
I would have to say that I never in my mind was I going to give up because I didn't grow up that way. And I would have to probably take what my mother told me years ago when she knew I was down, and she was a registered nurse, and she told me, and I wrote this in the book. What are you going to do? Are you gonna let it beat you, or are you gonna beat it? And I've taken that with me through my entire life. That right there might have been the most motivational thing that I ever did. Uh, you could have given up. People thought I was going to give up,
Mhm.
but I didn't. I wasn't going to let myself give up. And the power of keep going, keep doing what you wanted to do, keep thriving, have a positive attitude, and everything went up, 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 and up. And that's
Mhm.
where we're sitting here today to this point. And that's the power of never giving up.
Exactly. The name of the movie will be Walking Man, at least that's the
Correct.
working title right now. Why would it be called Walking Man?
Because when I trained out here in the streets of this town for years. I walked all over town. I would walk 18 to 20 miles every morning, every single day, and people got to know me out there. And so the newspaper here called me the Walking Man.
Hmm.
So I took that name and trademarked it. And that's what everybody calls me in town. They call me the Walking Man because I walk all over town. I still do it to this day.
And that was part of your recovery process, taking those long walks?
Well, I was training for marathons. I did professional marathon, got into professional marathons, and it took that training to do that. And just by doing that, people got to know me, and the townspeople got to know me well. And they still do it to this day. I'll walk and they honk the horn, and they blow at me, and they wave at me, and I wave back. And you have that camaraderie with the townspeople. And that name stuck. When the newspaper did that, that name stuck.
Right,
And they call me that to this day.
Amazing. Now, Brooke, you are a townsperson also. You live in the same town there.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about how you got to know Rusty the Walking Man.
Well, as you know, that day that I met him on the Oxford Square, we just got to talking, just about what he had been doing and why he had been doing what he did. And after that, we just kind of, kept in touch. And I was always there to tell him, don't ever give up and just keep pushing yourself and you'll get to where you want to be.
Absolutely. It's a very inspiring story. Talk to us a little bit, Rusty, about the change in your mindset from why me to just watch me.
A lot of people never gave me credit. They didn't think I was going to do this. Everything that after the accidents that I accomplished, I was told you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Well, I think I kind of did 1, 2, 3, 4, and I kind of people can't say that anymore because it went. We went from the newspapers to the USA Today. They came down here and did a story. Then they stuck it in the Associated Press. Then came the media, more media, and one thing led to another, and that's how things boomerang by not giving up.
Absolutely. Are you still out there walking? Are you still out there running, Rusty?
Every day, and I keep up with the mileage. And as of probably Friday, maybe Saturday, I will have hit 75,000 miles.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, 75. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Tell us a little bit more about that hunting accident. Do you know the person who shot you? Where were you shot? What happened when you were shot?
The person that shot me was my first cousin, and it was definitely an accident. Mm-hmm. And we had paddled into a flooded bean field, and the ducks that were flying that morning, we were on the Mississippi River, and it would have been a movie for the ducks that were out there. We were shooting out of the boat, and the mistake we made was I got out on the left side of the boat, he got out on the right side of the boat, and I'm a left-handed shooter, shooting left to right, and he's right to left. And I was going to walk away, and I told him I was going to walk away and go up the tree line, and I stopped, and the ducks flew down, and he turned and just shot a duck, but he didn't see me. He didn't see me at all. Like I said, it knocked me down. I got up. There was blood. And the first thing you think to yourself is, oh God, I did not know how bad it was. But he froze. My cousin froze. He went into shock. I knew we had to get out of the woods. So I had to put him in the boat. I'm shot, and I had to paddle out. That's the only way we're going to get out of there. And I always think it wasn't amusing at the time, but now I look back and that's kind of amusing, but that's actually what happened.
You get shot and you had to rescue him in part, right?
I had to rescue him, and then we had to get back to my hometown, which was a drive, and then we went from the hospital emergency room straight to the airport, and they flew me to New Orleans for surgery. And I stayed down there for 6 weeks.
Wow. Amazing. And during that time in the hospitals, when they found out you had the bleeding ulcer as well?
No, sir, that was 7 years later.
Wow.
The doctor told me that I had a bleeding ulcer. I do not believe to this day that I had a bleeding ulcer. Took the medicine he gave me and it ate my stomach lining out. And actually, I was bleeding to death in ICU. They couldn't get it stopped. And my parents even called my family and he said, he's not going to make it.
Yeah.
But I walked out of the hospital. But that's where I had the life experience you were talking about earlier. That actually happened because I was that near death.
Amazing.
But I walked out of the hospital. So everybody tells me, you know, God's got another reason for you living. God wants you to do something else. I didn't believe it at first, but now I believe it. Maybe they have something there. I don't know.
I think they do. I think inspiration to others is a big part of that.
That's right.
Brooke, talk to us a little bit about the inspiration that Rusty has had on your life. You're working with him on this film. That's wonderful. You've got a great friendship with him. That's wonderful. To see somebody overcome such insurmountable odds must be incredible.
Yes, so it just makes me, think about, so if he can get up every day and do what he does, and still to this day, then anybody can get up and do it if they want to. It motivated me, to do more in my life and to really get out there and do what I wanted to do and not be scared, and he's just very motivational and will always tell you to go for it.
Absolutely. Rusty, before we leave you today, what would you like the audience to take away from your book?
Never give up in life.
Mm-hmm.
That's the motto I use. I tell people, never give up, because just when you think that you're at the end, that you can't do it, take one more step and you'll see that the door will open. And never give up in life, because good things can happen.
Exactly. So many people don't realize how close they are to breaking through when they give up. So keep on going, keep on walking, keep on marching to the beat of a different drummer. This is a terrific book, folks. The name of it is Walk of Life, From Death to Glory. It's written by a terrific author by the name of Rusty Nosser. And in the book, he recounts a journey that few could imagine, surviving 2 near-death experiences and rising again to achieve greatness in life and sports. It's a true story of resilience, faith, and the power of never giving up, even when the world says you should. Rusty and Brooke, thank you both for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I appreciate your time. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time, this time until next time on Spotlight.